What's up, everybody? This is Miss G, 50 Shades of Glow here tonight. How are y'all? I am sorry I'm a bit tardy for the party, but I just came from a really cool event showcasing my bags. You see, Anastasia Africa. Met with some cool ladies, wonderful ladies. Hey, Nazinga, sorry about I was tardy for the party. I was just coming from a networking event, met some great ladies, so I was scrambling. But how are you? How are we? Thank you so much for jumping in, my Glow Tribe. You are my queen of the tribe, and Caden is the king of the tribe. So, gonna give folks a couple minutes to get on. I hope your day is well. Hey, Miss Yolanda. I'm gonna make you laugh, Miss Yolanda. So you see this, right? I did the double. You know what I'm talking about. It come through in a clinch. So anyway, hope all is well. I hope everyone's Tuesday is spectacular. It's terrific, and yeah, I hope everyone's Tuesday is terrific. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook. So tonight will be part 2 of Let's Talk About Africa, Kenya. That's the flag of Kenya. So and Kenya is almost solo to this. Most Kenyans have a bracelet with the Kenyan flag. This is the Kenyan flag. I want to show everybody. And the lady, Anastasia, that I named my handbag company after, she gave me this as a gift. I don't know how they got my name, and she did it like a day. I don't know how she got my name because anything that you see from Kenya, this is not like mass produced. Like somebody actually beaded. Hey, Kaden. Someone actually hand beaded this bracelet. So it's not mass produced. And if you see, I'm going to show y'all. That's Facebook. And you see all the tiny beading. You see all the tiny beading. And not only did they do the Kenyan flag, she put my name. So, and then you'll see the other jewelry that I have. So I have the African map. Okay. And I bought some jewelry from another young lady. No, I bought a couple of bags from another young lady that I saw when I was there. And she gave me, they love giving gifts. Yes, they love giving gifts. So that is Kenya. And these, I'm going to take these off. So these bracelets, can I take this one off? Not really. Yeah. So these bracelets are actually made out of brass. But you know the brass here, I don't know what's in the brass here. If I wore brass, because I never take these bracelets off. Never. I shower with them. I sleep. They don't turn green. They don't turn nothing. I've had this bracelet for over a year or more. And then I got this bracelet when I was there in April. They don't turn green. So I don't know what the materials, but the materials that you get with, when you go over there, it's just pure materials, just pure materials. It's no additives, anything. Courtney, welcome. My crew, I apologize to everyone that I was tardy for the party, but I was at a networking function. I think it's called the 100 Women, what is it? 100 Women Networking. And it's out of Atlanta. You know, Atlanta has definitely Black girl magic. And the things that they do is just people that you meet, the young. I mean, they are really got it going on, really, really have it going on. So I was getting myself together for tonight. Very excited to talk about Kenya part 2. And I want to thank Miss Marion. I asked if she was going to come on, but she has a 3-year-old that runs her up the wall. So she said she has to sit this one out. I was waiting for my other girlfriend that she lives in Nairobi, and she was part of the big protest. She was heavily involved in the big protest, and she's heavily involved in, what's going on around. She's, one of them Gen Zs, and very involved. But I didn't hear from her, and that's odd. So I don't know if she didn't have any data on her phone, but usually she, responds back. But I didn't hear from her, so I hope she's okay. And like I was saying with gifts, they love to give gifts. So I want to show you the gift. This she gave me. Hold on one second. I want to show you. Oh, see that? Is this gorgeous? This is a gift. They're always giving gifts. I'm trying to do it right. Okay. Yes. They're always giving gifts. So when I went to meet, her name is Vicky. Hopefully one day I can get her on. But she gave me this gift when we met through another YouTuber, and we connected. I reached out to her because I thought I needed some services, because I knew I was going to, have a place there. So I was just trying to get some services and stuff. So we connected and finally met. And when she met me, she came and gave me this picture. And the frame is made out of leather. Is that crazy? It is made out of leather. And 3 Black women. So beautiful, beautiful. So that was a gift. But almost every Kenyan I run into, they come with a gift. They give you gifts. I remember I had a friend, I was dating a friend, and the day before I left, everybody in his family gave me a gift. That was crazy. Everybody in his family, and they handmade it. So, and it didn't matter like how little it was. One lady, his aunt made me a handbag, but it was like jean material over, people grow out their jeans. She made that. I got like 3 different gifts from them. Then when I did come to Kenya, I think the second time, and they picked me up, they had flowers in the car for me. I mean, as I said, Kenyan people are very accommodating, very, very nice, very, very giving. So Miss Unique, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Let's Talk About Africa. Welcome to Glow Tribe. That's what I've named my people. Glow Tribe, Glow Tribe. So we are talking about Kenya. This is part 2, because part 1 we did yesterday, and we had a special guest on yesterday that was really informative. I love the guest. And hey, Miss Lynette, welcome. Yeah, I love the guests that come on because they give like real insight. So before I forget, does anybody that was on yesterday, because we like to do a recap, That was a great idea from one of our Glow Tribes members. Um, does anyone have any questions from yesterday that I may can address before we get into Kenya? But we're doing inland and Nairobi and life in Nairobi. Uh, anyone have any questions from yesterday or even the previous days of what we've covered? So put in the chat. We getting this thing done. Done. Africa done. Put in the chat, Africa done. Have y'all been learning and finding out cool stuff about the continent of Africa? Not the country, but the continent of Africa. I am learning tons of stuff. Yes. So if no one has any questions, I don't want to keep you all long. I say that every time. Okay. Yeah, I say that every time. I'm not going to keep you all long. But I love Kenya. And I shared, how I got connected to Kenya. Then I started going to Kenya. I've been to Kenya, Africa, whatever, 6 times maybe since 2021. And Kenya is one of those places. Thank you so much. I love y'all for your commitment, for y'all support. Because if y'all didn't come on every night, we wouldn't be able to have this. So you support me and get me going. But I know Kenya is one of the places that there are a lot of expats, Black expats there, lots, tons. And you would think that it's just in like the city in Nairobi. But the ironic thing was that when I was in Kenya in April, I ran into 5 Americans, 5 Black Americans in Malindi, not in Watamu, not in Mombasa, in Malindi. And Malindi, for those that don't know, is like a small little town on the coastline of Kenya. Small little, beach town on the coast of Kenya. And I ran into 5 Americans in this town. Would never know it. I was in the grocery store and I had a young lady that was traveling with me. So I think I was texting her or something for us to meet back. So I was telling her I'm at the grocery store. I'm about to get to the house. So I'm leaving her a message. And then I see this lady walking by. And everyone has like a walk. So I don't know. She just looked different. So I'm on the phone. She stops in her tracks. She turns around and looks and says, "Are you American?" And I said, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God, I met another American." Too crazy. And where I bought my house, literally 2 doors down, another American just bought the house like 6 months before. Really, I looked at that house. And when I was going to have my realtor get an inspector to go see it, he came back and said it was just bought by an American. So I thought that was odd because you really don't see too many white Americans in Africa. So I said, "American?" I said, "Was it Black or white American?" And he said, "Black American." I was like, okay. My neighbor is American. I met a brother and sister from South Carolina that purchased land there. That's American. I met a young lady, and me and my girlfriend was going like through the little, uh, not the village, but the little shops, and ran into this lady, and she said, "Oh my God, you're American. I'm hosting some Americans," and it was just like it was crazy. So they all came by the house, and we were there, had a good time. It was a whole ton of us, and then, it was the other lady that I met in the grocery store. And then, there's people just all over. So in Kenya, since a lot of people are looking at Kenya for several reasons, they're looking at Kenya um, because of the exponential growth um, that Kenya has. And, most of the African countries are young. Like half of their population is under 25 or whatsoever. But the difference is with Kenya, i.e., Nairobi, but even some of the places around Nairobi, like Nanuki, um, is like more of a suburb off the cusp, because Nairobi, if I guess people are from Atlanta or New York whatsoever, Nairobi is the Atlanta of Kenya. So, that's where the financial, all the business stuff is going. And when you go to Nairobi, you would think you're in Manhattan. It's not as tall buildings, but it is, very busy, congestion, traffic, people, all of that, like a metropolitan city when you go to Nairobi. Um, what impressed me, so many things impressed me about Nairobi and the experience. It's, you can do everything there, like on a whole nother level. You can do anything that you can do in the United States, and you go to Kenya, you go to Nairobi, you can do. And even things that we can't do in the United States because of cost or access, they doing it in Nairobi. Um, I follow, well, I'm kind of friends with a guy. We haven't met yet, but we talk a lot. He's given me um, a lot of direction on things to do, a lot of hookups. He is from Philly. He's living in Nairobi, and like, the 16-story skyscraper overlooking the city and all of that. And it's like 3 bedrooms, and what he pay $1,000 a month. And he lives in one of the most exclusive um, high rises. Um, and yeah, he's in Nairobi most of the time. And he just seems so free. So he has such a chill. He's just like, yes, he is at the age of retirement, but he's just living his life so well, you don't even really notice it. Like he's such a vibe. So anyway, um, they're in Nairobi, they have polo clubs that the people go to, and it'd be Africans. The polo matches, they got polo club. They have what is it? The polo club. They have horse racing. They have the derbies in Nairobi. They have derbies. Uh, they have skytop, rooftop, brunch restaurants like Atlanta. They probably have more rooftop restaurants than Atlanta. That's kind of crazy. Think about, sit on that for a minute. Just sit on that. If people roll in Atlanta, sit on that for a minute. Okay. What else do they have? So they have such a mixture of things in Kenya, because Kenya has everything. Like what Mariam was sharing yesterday. Kenya has the lush land. Kenya has the um, Kilimanjaro, the mountains. Uh, uh, Kenya has the the bush, the safari, the Masamara. Okay, the the not Sahara, but the Sahara like um, land. Kenya has the pristine beaches all up and down the coast. Um, I don't know if I mentioned to y'all the beach that my house. I'm not on. I'm not like on the beach. My neighbor, his house is tall, and he can sit out on his bedroom patio and look at the ocean. I'm so jealous. Okay. My house little, his house big. But um our beach is called Golden Beach. So I didn't think anything about it. It's like, okay, Golden Beach. Okay. So my girlfriend and I, when the person that was traveling with me, we went down to the beach because when I came last year and bought the house, we went up to the beach, but we weren't like in the water because it was rainy or something. Yeah, the weather was kind of funky then for some weird reason. So we spent time on the beach, and the reason why they call it Golden Beach, no lie, it has gold all in the sand. It has gold. So I asked my caretaker, I said, is this gold? Because I'm telling you, it's gold little pieces all through the sand. And he says, no, it comes from a rock. That that was gold. That was that was gold. Gold. So as we have seen in covering uh the different countries, how Africa is sitting on diamonds and gold and they don't even know. But the beach that I can walk 3 minutes to has gold all in the sand. No one talks about that. I don't want anybody to talk about it or know about it or whatever because there's no hotels right around me. It's like a hotel maybe a mile down the block. Most of the hotels are on the other side of town, over where Naomi Campbell's house is. So even though I'm in the city, not the city, I'm in the middle of town. Um, there's not much hotel. It's hotels, but not like the hotels that's you're gonna run into all of these tourists. It's very private, but it's gold in the sand, just blown away, blown away, blown away. Anybody have any questions so far? So, Marion last night covered, a lot of the overall logisticals. So, um, Nairobi is usually, we're talking about Nairobi tonight. Um, Nairobi is usually the airport that you would fly into if you were coming into Kenya. You can fly into other places, but Nairobi is basically the Atlanta, the New York City of Kenya. And you can from Nairobi. As she said, Nairobi is the only place in the world that has a national park within a metropolitan city. And that national park is, I don't know how many miles, but it's all protected. It's all protected, and the when you do the safari, that you have to do that. If you come to Nairobi, you have to do the main attraction is the Nairobi National Park. It is, if you get it, it's about 60 plus 45. So it's about $105 a person, because you have to go with like a group, a tour group. And although I'm not getting paid for it yet, TripAdvisor, I love me some TripAdvisor though. Tip, because I always love to give y'all travel tips. That will be in my travel tip book. Let me see. Are the diamonds and gold paved in? No, I hadn't seen that. Have not seen that. But I think because like the streets are paved. So if they are paved, they're paved with asphalt. They may have in the ground because with the with those coastal cities, or really a lot of Africa is just untouched. So it's just dirt roads, dirt roads, dirt roads. But I bet you anything, if you go down digging, digging, you're going to run across those diamonds, the gold, the uranium, the oil, if you dig deep enough. But when we saw the gold in the sand, that gold was coming from the ocean, like when it was the tides, and you're looking at the sand and you're like, is that gold? And so it's coming from its natural source. It's not like, okay, you go to the main road and you're going to see like gold particles. No, because they go and pave the road just like, here we pave the road. But if you're probably somewhere where it's not done, and they start to excavate, you're probably going to run into the natural resources like that. Yeah, you're probably going to run into some natural resources like that. So yeah, getting back to Nairobi. So you were flying to Nairobi, and the national park, that's the main attraction. Yeah, it's about $105 a person, because it's $45 to get into the park. And then you would need to go with a group. That's what I was getting back to TripAdvisor. So I love TripAdvisor. This is not a paid advertisement. TripAdvisor gives a lot of great information. It connects you to like the best of anyone. Anyone uses TripAdvisor? I know Yolanda uses TripAdvisor. Does anyone use TripAdvisor? And another reason why I like TripAdvisor, and I think they still have it, they offered you a membership of $99 per year. But with that $99, every time you book something, you get 10% off. And so you make your money back quickly. You make your money back. So I love TripAdvisor because it really navigates you. It kind of gives you an overall view. So when you go into TripAdvisor, yes, when you go into TripAdvisor and you're looking for a hotel, they're not just going to bring up a hotel from what TripAdvisor doesn't have. They're like a portal. So they will show you hotels over on how much they are. And then you can see that it's a hotel that you can book through booking.com or Expedia or, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sorry. YouTube, you're there. Oh boy. Well, Nairobi, you got to check it out. So I'm going to end this for now. Sorry it was abrupt. My Facebook, my power died. So I want to talk to both of y'all. Tomorrow we are going to continue to talk about Africa. Thank y'all so much, and take care. Have a great week, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.